You hear the word bombshell, and I think certainly it's true in this case.
Well, I think it's very toxic. I think they do their best, the Windsors, Prince Charles, the Queen, to keep it cool, but it's just impossible, especially with Harry. Since Meghan left Britain and then did the Oprah Winfrey interview, it's been really poisonous. Obviously, she is a person who controls the narrative. She controls people. She ghosts people like her father or the royal family when she doesn't like them. She's a very determined woman, and she thought she could cut me off, and she failed.
He waited until the whole world was watching, then dropped the bomb. Tom Bower just ignited the biggest scandal to ever touch Prince Harry, one that cuts to the bloodline itself. Sources say what he's uncovered could shake the monarchy to its core. And Harry's reaction? Explosive doesn't even begin to cover it, but first subscribe and turn on notifications, because before this video ends, you'll hear the one detail the palace never wanted leaked, a detail that could rewrite the entire Sussex story. When Tom Bower moves, he doesn't fumble. He calculates. He waits until the air is thick with tension, and then he lights the fuse. And this time, according to insiders, he's targeting something far more personal than reputation: paternity. The author who once exposed royal feuds and power plays has now set his sights on the one story no one thought he'd dare to touch. Who really fathered Prince Harry's firstborn Archie Wild? Maybe, but Bower claims he's not playing in the realm of gossip this time. He says he has documents, timelines, witnesses. So if it's all smoke, why is Harry acting like a man trapped in the fire? According to those close to the Sussex camp, Harry didn't shrug this one off. He went nuclear, phones were thrown, lawyers called in the middle of the night, staff told to shut it down. That's not the behaviour of a man laughing off a tabloid headline. That's the sound of panic, because if Bower's story were truly baseless, there's one way to kill it instantly: a DNA test. But no one's offering it. Not Meghan, not Harry, not the palace. Why? Here's where it gets even darker. Bower hints that what he's preparing to release connects Meghan Markle's pregnancy timeline to a businessman in Colombia, a name that's never surfaced in mainstream coverage until now. The clues were subtle at first. Old flight logs, charity trips, unexplained travel gaps. Internet sleuths began piecing it together by grains, and suddenly, what looked like rumour started to form a chilling pattern. Coincidence or something more? Then one night at 12:40 a.m. California time, an anonymous account appeared. No name, no profile photo, just one image. A luxury hotel hallway. Meghan Markle, unmistakable, standing close to a man who wasn't Harry. His arm around her waist, his wrist marked by a leather bracelet with a metal cross, the same bracelet worn by that Colombian businessman. Within minutes, the internet detonated. Screenshots spread like wildfire. Users matched jewellery, lighting, posture. The image vanished almost instantly. Deleted, scrubbed, but not before Bower stepped in with one chilling line. Some stories don't disappear when you delete them. They disappear when the truth is proven. This one hasn't been. What did he mean by that? Days later, Tom Bower launched a podcast series, calm, methodical, devastatingly composed. In episode 1, he promised evidence. No shouting, no gossip, just quiet confidence. He talked about sealed birth records, unexplained gaps, and a royal birth that broke every precedent. No hospital confirmation, no doctors named, no timestamps. For a monarchy that documents every sneeze. That silence was deafening. And then came the curveball. A mysterious charity flight to Colombia, a private villa, and a leather briefcase discovered by a cleaner, containing what Bower described as a high-resolution print of that same hotel hallway image. If true, that's not gossip. That's evidence. Episode 2 dropped like a guillotine, no music, no build-up, just Tom clearing his throat, then a sentence that froze listeners. Tonight, I'm not speaking to an anonymous source. I'm speaking to a man who lived this. That man was Trevor Engelson, Meghan's ex-husband, the one who stayed silent for more than a decade. His voice wasn't angry, it was tired. He talked about late nights, sudden secrets, and a change in Meghan's behaviour as her world expanded. Then came the moment that broke the internet. He described walking into a hotel room Meghan had claimed she was alone in. only to find another man there, a man who belonged, confident, unflinching. And when he confronted her, Meghan didn't deny it. She reframed it. That word, reframed, became the spark for thousands of videos, threads, and breakdowns. Because reframing isn't denial, it's control. From there, the internet took over. TikTok detectives, Reddit threads, YouTube analysts, every date, flight, and photo dissected. The Colombia trip, the pregnancy announcement, the absence of medical records. Each detail alone meant nothing, but together, they painted a picture that was hard to ignore. Insiders claim Harry began asking questions he'd never dared to ask before about doctors, dates, and why everything surrounding Archie's birth felt so carefully choreographed. Was it paranoia? Or the first crack of realization? According to those present, it all came to a head one night behind closed doors. Harry asked the unthinkable, "Why won't you just do the test?" The air went cold. Meghan didn't cry. She went still and then turned the accusation back on him. "How dare you?" she snapped. "After everything I've endured for you, you're siding with them." The argument spiraled. Harry, no longer the polished royal, shouted what insiders say was the most painful question of his life. "This isn't about them. This is about me not knowing if my son is actually mine." That line, if true, marked the death of the fairy tale. From that moment, insiders say something broke between them. Meghan accused Harry of betrayal. He accused her of hiding the truth. Outside, whispers grew louder. Former palace staffers claimed that Archie's title delay wasn't political, it was procedural. That documentation was missing. None of it verified, all of it devastating. And Buckingham Palace? Silent. The kind of silence that isn't absence, it's strategy. Because silence lets the world fill in its own answers. As episode after episode dropped, Tom Bower barely raised his voice. He didn't accuse, he implied. He didn't shout, he waited. His most repeated line echoed like a warning. Innocent people don't fear verification. That phrase hit harder than any document could. Because once belief takes hold, proof doesn't matter. And that's where this story became dangerous, not because of what's been proven, but because of what people believe. By now, Harry's world in this account was crumbling. Insiders described him as shaken, sleepless, and obsessed with comment sections. Watching videos, he claimed he wasn't watching. Behind the walls of his California mansion, the rebellion he built his life around, the choice to walk away from the crown, started to look less like freedom and more like exile. Because what if he'd built that new life on a lie? That's the haunting question Tom Bower's story leaves hanging in the air. The world doesn't know if Bower's claims will hold up or if they'll collapse under scrutiny, but here's what's certain. The silence is speaking louder than any press release, and the longer that silence lasts, the more people start to wonder, what truth is so dangerous that no one dares to prove or disprove it? Because at the heart of this storm isn't just gossip, it's a question of identity, of legacy, of what it means to belong, not to a family, but to history. And that brings us to the biggest question of all, the one Tom Bower hints he's saving for his final episode. What the palace doesn't want the world to know about Archie's birth. You don't want to miss it, so smash that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell, because the next chapter in this royal firestorm might just reveal the secret that ends the Sussex story forever. Click the video on screen now and find out how Meghan Markle false narrates cracking